been terminated. California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger settles with a chat show host in London. Anna Richardson claims Schwarzenegger groped her during a London interview 6 years ago. She says Schwarzenegger staffers smeared her reputation when they disputed the incident. The settlement makes a nasty issue go away before the governor faces voters again in November.
A Monday hearing is the next step for the man suspected in the murder of child beauty queen JonBenet Ramsey. Our Christopher King is watching developments in the John Carr case. He joins me from Boulder this morning. First thing I want to ask you, what happens on Monday?
Oh, Betty, it's been a long and bizarre trip for John Mark Carr. Has gone from Thailand to Los Angeles and back here to Boulder, Colorado. And what's going to happen on Monday is that John Mark Carr will go before a judge right here at the Boulder County Justice Center. But for now, he's in jail in isolation at the Boulder County Jail.
What's the matter, Sally? Can't you fix it?
Isolated from other inmates. The Boulder County Sheriff says
you give up?
For his own safety.
He'll be allowed to recreate periodically by himself.
Alice, come here, Alice. Come here.
In his cell.
Come here, Alice.
A sub-day room, which is a small,
Alice.
isolated area off of the cell.
Carr's attorney
Alice.
met with the murder suspect in jail for several hours Friday afternoon.
It's a very difficult thing for me. It's very challenging. There's a lot of pressures on it.
On the outside, the judge in the case imposed a gag order, and Carr's public defender filed several motions Friday, including one to seal handwriting samples taken from Carr by authorities. Carr's recent arrest in Thailand reignited the media frenzy that began with the murder of child pageant star JonBenet Ramsey in 1996. Carr is being held on suspicion of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and sex assault in connection with the slaying. Though Carr's not confessed to any crime, he told reporters he was with JonBenet Ramsey when she died. He called her death accidental. Yesterday, Carr's attorney filed a number of motions. One included a request for the gag order, as we mentioned before. Of course, Judge Roxanne Balin agreed with that order, saying that essentially having any law enforcement official or having any lawyer speak out about that before the trial could result in an unfair trial. And of course, Carr's attorney had also placed a request for DNA sample to be held on to until there's a hearing before any DNA samples can be taken from John Mark Carr. Betty, Tony?
DNA will be key. Christopher King in Boulder. Thank you, Christopher.
So less than 30 hours before launch, and NASA is watching and wondering about the weather.
The ever important weather. Let me tell you, well, the Space Shuttle Atlantis is scheduled for liftoff tomorrow, and this is an important mission as the astronauts will resume construction on the International Space Center. Now, during a briefing just an hour ago,
that's right, you did it. You did it, Olivia. Look, the top came off.
Will be scrubbed. Meteorologist
Go see Alice. Go see what she did.
Florida's forecast. I mean, looking at Ernesto, you can see why, right?
You're the smart one.
Ernesto, actually.
This is completely different. And not even the outlying pass.
Too many miles away. It's actually very, very similar
Got
to
the
what
top
happened
off.
just weeks ago when we had the emission scrub due to weather. It has to do with the anvil cloud tops from thunderstorms. You're looking at a picture of radar right now, right near Cape Canaveral. You can see way in the distance there's some thunderstorms there in Orlando. They could be pretty close.
You got it out. Look, you did.
Those cloud tops,
Look.
and the mission gets scrubbed, at least for weather, because what happens is
Over here.
cloud coverage really can inhibit
Over here. It's over
You don't
here.
want that anywhere near the the launch site or the landing strip. And that's the reason they're saying weather will be a prohibiting factor for tomorrow. Let's go ahead now and we'll take a look at the forecast. Overcast, guys, this is our computer-generated forecast. As we put this into motion, we also see there's the risk of scattered showers near the Kennedy.
You guys, you got them out. You're smart.
As this goes through the afternoon, you can
Yes,
see
you are.
showers kind of pop up where we could see a thunderstorm, a hot temperature of 88 degrees. Well, 60% of a no-go doesn't mean 100%. So we're
Look at there, look.
we can get some better weather for the shuttle launch for Sunday. In the meantime, we're also tracking tropical storm Ernesto, and coming up, I'll have a complete report on that and where we're expecting the tropical storm to go. It looks like right now it is intensifying and strengthening and working its way to the west-northwest.
So funny.
Betty, Tony?
Yes, you are.
60% does not mean
Yes, you're funny.
100%,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
You're smart.
which is why we continue.
You're a smart kitty. Yes, you are.
Watch the launch.
You're a smart kitty.
If it happens, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll have
Mommy's going to keep you guys. You're pretty cute.
4:30 Eastern for the liftoff.
Did you see how she got it out, Alice?
He says he'll go back to school
Did you
at some
see?
point, but not in this town.
The young victims of war, we will tell you about two boys from different sides of the Mideast conflict. Now they are learning how to cope with what happened to them during the war.
And why a U.S. politician got a rock star welcome in Kenya.
CNN Saturday, brought to you by
Made this big thing about him going to Kenya, having AIDS. He never met his grandmother before. It's the first time he's been to Kenya. Barack Obama.
Find out what your home is worth.
Oh.
He's never met her.
Simply go to housevalues.com. Find out what
So
your
we did it, but Mommy took the movie so you could see how we did it.
Free home value report. Go to housevalues.com.
Well, they got bored.